The thing I've been doing called Delusion Roulette. I have a big clips collection, so I want to look at what people were doing at a certain moment in history. It would be July 3rd, 2022. Dude named Mark Burns, we were talking about at the time. Actually, we were talking about Diamond and Silk. I don't know if you guys remember these two on the left. I think the one on the right died. I don't remember if that was Diamond or Silk. I think maybe Silk. Anyway, they were on Lindell's TV network or whatever, and they had Mark Burns on. Before we get to Mark Burns and Diamond and Silk, though, this is a response to something that Mark Burns said previously. So let me show you what it was that he said that got him in some hot water, that compelled him to come on Diamond and Silk in the first place and talk about it. Check this out.
The LGBT, transgender, grooming our children's minds is a national security threat because it is ultimately designed to destabilize the republic we call the United States of America.
Being gay is designed to destabilize the United States. Gay marriage, people's right to live their lives and do whatever they want, as long as they're not affecting others, is damaging the United States. And what's his solution for that?
That's why when I'm elected, I don't want to just vote. I want to start holding people accountable for treason to the Constitution.
If you advocate for gay marriage, you will be charged with treason. And the sentence for treason uniquely is the death penalty. I think the death penalty is only possible to be sentenced for treason, cases of treason, and cases of murder. That's it. And this guy wants to charge anybody supportive of gay rights with treason.
I am going to push to reenact HUAC. HUAC is the House of Un-American Activities Committee.
This committee in the 50s, I think, was the heart of McCarthyism, is what it was called. And it was a time in American politics where if you were accused of being a communist, or even a little bit on the left in some cases, you'd lose your job, you'd lose your bank account, you'd lose everything. You would, your wife would leave you, you'd be left out on the street. You couldn't rent an apartment anymore because of the House of Un-American Activities Committee. It was illegal, basically, to have a political opinion in the United States like that. And it was a dark time in the United States. It was a dark time for civil rights. And this guy wants to restore the committee that made all of that happen, the House of Un-American Activities Committee. That is a psychotic thing to say.
It was a real committee that was formulated back in the 50s, and it's a committee that we should reenact that starts holding these people accountable for treason. Lindsey Graham should be held accountable for treason for supporting Joe Biden's gun-grabbing Second Amendment law that he's trying to push forward.
It was the most mild gun legislation imaginable. But even supporting it, even voicing support for it, is enough to justify killing Lindsey Graham for treason, marking him for treason. That is wild. That is a wild thing to say. Okay, so Mark Burns says that, and then he comes on Diamond and Silk to talk about it, and this is his response.
If people would just go do their due diligence and just watch the show in its entirety, then you would clearly hear me not say that we should be killing the LGBT or transgender, community. We've been getting blasted.
I mean, he said that. Charge them with treason. The death penalty is the solution to treason. How could it be any clearer than that?
From the gay community, the trans community, from all over the country, because Newsweek and MSNBC and all of those other liberal medias took pieces of two answers. There was two separate questions. There were two separate topics. I was talking about, yes, we do need to be holding people for treason in America. Those that are doing business with China, those that are doing business with Iran.
So just doing business with other countries that are not enemies of the country. Like China is not an enemy of the United States. I think they're considered an adversary, but there's nothing illegal about doing business with people in China. Just doing business in China is worthy of treason? My God, dude, get help.
That includes elected officials. That includes the media. That includes, any person that is undermining the sovereignty of our great nation. We call it the United States of America. They need to be held accountable for treason, just like Hillary Clinton, just like Hunter Biden's laptop. They keep doing these nefarious things.
By the way, Hunter Biden's laptop, I believe that was recently proven to be fake. It's not real. His laptop, nobody has his laptop. Nobody has access to the laptop. It was fake. At best, they have a copy of what is purported to be his hard drive at absolute best. As far as I can tell, they don't have his laptop. Additionally, like all of the stuff on the laptop, none of it was really incriminating. It was just pictures and stuff. Like it was all stuff that you could have found in like his email, for example. And in my opinion, I believe that it's likely that somebody hacked his email, downloaded all these pictures and everything, and put them on a hard drive, and then dropped them off at a blind computer repairman's shop so that he couldn't be identified. He said, "Hi, I'm Hunter Biden. I'm dropping this off. Don't look at it because, I definitely don't have anything in there that you would want to see for sure. So no looking." I mean, what did they even fix? Did they ever even say they fixed the laptop for anything or whatever? I think it's bullshit. I think the laptop is fake, personally, and I'm pretty sure that that's been proven.
And getting away with it, Fauci needs to be held accountable for treason, for knowing that the death, that what he's been pushing on Americans and the mass that has been pushing on Americans, that's a false narrative
That's just a lie. That's not true. Fauci did not push a false narrative or whatever. This is like really disgusting shit right here. This is really, really messed up. That this guy is calling for the deaths of people that he does not like and coming up with pretexts for it, coming up with excuses to make it happen.
That is funding big pharma, but yet millions of Americans are dying at the hands of their poor instructions. They need to be held accountable. But we're not doing that. And so they took that answer of me talking about HUAC, the House of Un-American Activities Committee, and then they mixed it with another part of a question, which was about how...
Look, it was pretty clear. It was clear as day what he was doing. He said that he wants to kill people, effectively. He wants to charge them with treason, which calls for the death penalty, if they're gay, if they're trans, or if they advocate for those positions, actually. How can you be clearer than that? Anyway, yeah, he did this media tour on Diamond and Silk to try to correct the record, quote unquote, or whatever.
We should not be allowing the transgender agenda into our public school.
That's not happening. That was never happening. Diamond and Silk are like out of their heads in a lot of other ways. They've been talking about the Great Reset for a while, the World Economic Forum. It's just this conspiracy theory that it's like QAnon level conspiracy theory. Anyway, yeah, Diamond and Silk, they have problems. Let me know what you think about this in the comments.